Let's go to the technological process overview now and get into the middle of biogas technology. There are generally divisions into small scale, medium scale and large scale operations. Small scales are normally on-farm installations. Medium scale are also on the farm but separated from it, and large scale are really industrial scale biogas plants. They also depend on the electricity output and the substrate amount input. In Germany, for instance, small scale are considered below 75 kilowatt. Generally below 100 kilowatt, one can say small scale, and from 100 to 1000 kilowatt or 1 megawatt, it's medium scale. That's also the medium size installation in Germany, about 500 kilowatt. And then above 1 megawatt, it's a large scale operation. In this training, we're also not talking about household scale, where you only produce biogas for cooking. Generally, the process of a biogas plant is divided into 3 steps, actually 4 steps. It's the pre-storage, the preparation or pre-treatment, the fermentation, and then the biogas recovery. And then also again, the digestate storage. The storing and pre-treatment methods before feeding vary depending on physical parameters of the substrate. That means if it has contaminants or not, or if it needs to be cut or shredded or something like this. So this is the pre-treatment. Then the fermentation is the heart of the process, where the anaerobic process is taking place. Again here, depending on the substrate, what you have as substrate properties, you have to choose your technologies. For instance, dry fermentation or wet fermentations, the size of the digesters, the type of mixers and pumps and so on. Also, the recovery of the biogas differs from plant to plant. In smaller scale operations, we have definitely only the cogeneration unit with heat and power recovery. We always need the heat, about 1/3 of the heat we need for the digester heating as a rule, and another third we have available for external heating, and then we have the electricity production. As the plants get bigger, we have different applications for the heat. We have district heating, for instance. We also have cooling from the heat. Then with bigger plants, here in Germany, something like above 500 kilowatt, that means 250 cubic meters of gas per hour, raw gas per hour. Then we have an upgrading to biomethane to feed into the gas grid. Sometimes directly supplying a filling station or even other industrial applications. Most of the technology relies on the type of substrate, and feedstock is the most important factor when designing a biogas plant. In this training, we will discuss really in depth about these factors on the feedstock, whilst we're looking at different aspects of each of these steps.